Hey you guys, this is Walt. So I'm going to show you how to make the ruler. First thing to do, make yourself a new project in Fusion. Call it ruler. Remember, when you make a new project, if you double click on it, then it will become active and everything you save will automatically go there. We got a new design here. We're going to create a sketch. I'm going to go to this bottom plane XZ because that's how the parts will be cut on the laser. We're going to go in and make a rectangle first. Let's do 6 inches wide, 1.5 high. You can go a little bit bigger on the height. Can't go bigger on the width though, in order to save material. Um, so we got this here, and we want to put some lines on here. So we're just going to hit the line tool, go down here near the origin. I'm zooming in, and I'm just going to draw a line 0.1 tall. There we go. All right, this is going to be my 16th of an inch line. So I need to dimension it with respect to the left edge of the ruler and make this 1/16 of an inch, 1/16. Don't type a decimal. 0.063 is rounded off to 3 decimal places. The real answer to 1 divided by 16 is 1 divided by 16 equals 0.0625. It rounds it to 0.063 to save space, but in its mind, it knows that it's exactly 0.0625. Last semester, a lot of people typed in 0.063 and all of their rulers were off and they had to redo it, and it was sad. So make sure you do the fraction there, 1/16. Okay, we got one line. We need to make a lot more. So instead of drawing all those lines one by one, we're going to create a rectangular pattern. So we're going to select our objects, select the line. Then we're going to click direction here, select that, and pick this horizontal line because we want our pattern to go to the right. We're going to make a pattern of these lines. The distance type we want is spacing. Make sure you don't have extent or you'll have a bad time. The quantity is how many we want. We want 6 inches, and these inches are, there's 16 of these per inch. So it's 6 times 16, that's 96. However, we've already made one, so we can just put 95 instead of 96. And then our distance is going to be how far apart the lines are. That's 1/16. Okay, and you can see it makes a pattern. Zoom out and look at it. Make sure the pattern fills up the ruler and doesn't go past. When it makes these patterns, it puts this constraint on here. This is a rectangular pattern constraint. You can always double click this, or right click edit, and it will let you change it in case you made a mistake. But this is good to go. Now I'm going to do the 1/8 of an inch line. Get my line tool. This is 1/16. This is 2/16. 2/16 just rounds to 1/8 if you reduce it. So I'm just going to go here and put 0.1. That's going to be my line for 1/8. Now I got to make a pattern of these, create rectangular pattern, click on that line. Got to put the quantity I want. There's 8 per inch, so 8 times 6 is 48, minus 1 is 47. And then the distance between them is 1/8. Okay, hit OK. You can see it's making a line, every other line. Cool. Now we're going to do 1/4 inch. Well, 1/4 inch is 2/8. So all I got to do is go here to the second 1/8 line, go up here, 0.1, and then pattern again. Same deal with object and direction. Quantity, it's 1/4 of an inch, so 4 times 6 minus 1, 23. Distance, 1/4. Oops, there it is, 1/4. Hit OK. And you can see every other 1/8 line is now a tall 1/4 line. Now we're going to do 1/2 inch. Well, 2/4 is a half. So right here is where I start. 0.1, create rectangular pattern, pick that line, your direction, use the bottom edge again. It's 1/2 inch. 2 times 6 is 12, minus 1 is 11. Distance is 1/2. You could put 0.5 also. There we go. Now we're ready to do the 1-inch lines. There's going to be 6 of those, but we already will have one. We're going to start right here at the second half line. Create a rectangular pattern. And for this one, you only need 5 of them, and they're 1 inch apart. So looks good here. I'm going to finish the sketch, zoom out, look it over, make sure everything looks right. If it does, you can save it, call it the ruler, and then go on to the next video. I'll show you how to do the numbering.